Only do this if you truly want to be blessed in 2023, the utmost luckiness you've ever experienced. You guys, we need to talk about it, the lucky girl syndrome. Lucky girl syndrome is essentially where you just believe that you're the luckiest person ever and you become it. I can in fact confirm that the lucky girl syndrome works. It is always working out for me.
Lucky girl syndrome. Does it work? Is it harmless? Is it a low-key flex? Or is it something worse? Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Stasia, and it has recently come to my attention, through TikTok of course, that this whole time I could have been living the life of my dreams had I only been telling myself that I'm lucky every morning.
Lucky girl syndrome is the way forward. And if you don't know what it is or how to do it, then you're in the right place. This is the best trend to ever exist on TikTok because it's finally making manifestation easy to understand and accessible for so many people. So what is it? Lucky girl syndrome is believing that you're the luckiest girl in the world, everything you want is already on its way to you, and the universe is literally rigged in your favor. And when you're operating at a frequency where you have high gratitude, more things will flow into your life. That's just the law of manifestation. Things like everything works out for me, opportunities are always flowing to me, etc. I cannot tell you how much this has changed my life.
Now that's a simple concept. You tell yourself you're lucky, you give yourself some other positive affirmations, you slowly start to believe them, your life starts getting better, you start to become happier, you start attracting more luck and positive experiences into your life, and before you know it, all your dreams are coming true. Especially if those dreams consist of designer bags and expensive cars, I guess, for whatever reason. Although lucky girl syndrome is a newish phenomenon on TikTok that has really popped up a couple of months ago, the concept itself is really old. We've heard of law of attraction, law of assumption, the secret, positive affirmations, subliminal messaging, even prayer, even witchcraft is the same thing. It's just using words in order to affect our reality. But does any of that actually work? Of course, telling yourself that things are going well and that you're lucky causes you to start looking for the silver lining in situations and overall improves your outlook on life and probably changes your mindset for the better. There are studies that support this. It has been scientifically proven that self-affirmations have been shown to decrease health-deteriorating stress. They've been used effectively in interventions that led people to increase their physical behavior. They may help us perceive otherwise threatening messages with less resistance, and they can make us less likely to dismiss harmful messages. They can even make us eat more fruits and vegetables. Overall, they've been linked with low stress and a better outlook on life, which makes total sense. When your outlook improves, you start to appreciate things more, you start to be more grateful, you start to notice more positives in your life, and as a result, you feel happier. That makes perfect sense, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I am the first person to jump on this bandwagon. I've had a manifestation phase and I took a lot out of it. I still practice a lot of the things I've learned during that phase. There is a lot of power in that kind of stuff and I am not knocking it at all. I even have a vision board. Still working on some of that. But aside from making you more positive and more motivated and visualize your dreams with more clarity so that you can develop a plan on how to tackle them and take action to achieve them, does the lucky girl syndrome really do anything magical or special? People are posting TikToks saying that it worked like magic and something awesome happened to them pretty much the next day after they started telling themselves that they're lucky and adopted this mindset.
We are so lucky. Good things always happen to us. Cheers, cheers. Cheers.
5 minutes later.
Go, Meg, go.
I swear the creepiest stuff has been happening to me and it's why I stand by the lucky girl syndrome. I'll be thinking about something and then it ends up happening. Like, for example, yesterday, I was driving to my doctor's appointment and I remember thinking in my head, like, wow, I've been driving for 7 years and I've never gotten pulled over. Like, I'm so lucky. And then I'm not even kidding you, 5 minutes later, I get pulled over, but he left me off with a warning. And then even last night before going to bed, I posted a TikTok about my chocolate croissant and how much I loved it. And I went to bed, it had like 2,000 views, if that. And I remember in a dream I had, I was like, in the dream, the chocolate croissant video went viral. I wake up this morning, it has over 100K views. It's the creepiest thing. Law of assumption, I swear.
Now, whether that's true or not is up to your personal beliefs and interpretation. Who's to say whether it was just a coincidence that things worked out for them, or if, the lucky girl mindset really did have something to do with it. Overall, it's harming no one, and they seem to be benefiting from it, so what's the harm? But people have been noticing that there is maybe a little bit of a darker side to the lucky girl syndrome phenomenon, and there's some toxicity related to it. Honestly, looking at some of these videos, it definitely has a little bit of a flexing air to it. Let's take a look.
The universe is on your side and rooting for you to get what you want. You just have to relax.
All right, an
and
expensive car.
Get everything I want because that's just the way it is. Things are always working out in my favor. I am so lucky.
Here we go again.
What's meant for me never misses me.
There do seem to be a lot of expensive cars and handbags.
Things are always working out for me no matter how it looks at any point in time. Things are always working out for me no matter how it looks at any given point in time. Things are always working out for me. No matter how it looks, they just are. They just are. And if you don't know that,
I mean, who wouldn't want that to be their life? I'm certainly a little bit envious. And maybe that's just me projecting, but it does feel a little bit like a certain type of person.
I get
with a certain
everything
type
I
of
want
lifestyle.
because that's just the way it is. Things are always working out
He's
in my
making these
favor.
videos.
I am so lucky. What's meant for me never misses me. I am always at the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
I'm just that lucky.
I mean, I'd be lucky if it looked like that. I'm sure you're picking up on what I'm trying to say here. It seems like maybe it's not the lucky girl mantra that is making these ladies feel lucky, but, well, luck. Luck in the genetic lottery, luck in the place and time that you were born, luck in family, money, connections, the world you were born into. And for example, this young lady would probably have a much different experience with being pulled over if she wasn't a upper middle class white woman.
Get pulled over, but he left me off with a warning, and I learned my lesson. I was humbled. I will not be speeding anymore.
Your experience would be very different if you were, say, a black man. At the end of the day, I think it's easy to wake up and believe that you're lucky when you really are. And the question then becomes, are you really lucky? Do you have lucky girl syndrome? Or are you just kind of privileged? Now, the reason I find this problematic is because by their logic, the opposite must be true too. If you're not living the life of your dreams, if you are not where you want to be, if you are in a toxic, abusive relationship, if you are sick, if you are born in a country that is currently at war, if something bad is happening in your life, it's because you didn't believe hard enough. It's because you didn't adopt the lucky girl syndrome mindset, and you just didn't try hard enough.
The reason you're unlucky is because you believe you're unlucky. It is literally as simple as that, and people hate to hear me say it, especially as somebody who has been pretty lucky her entire life.
It's very victim blaming, and obviously that is not very helpful to the people who are dealing with some of these tough situations in life that are completely out of their control. Not to mention, I think it encourages women to kind of suppress and ignore negative feelings, maybe even miss red flags, because they are convinced that they have to try so hard to maintain this sort of positive mindset just to gain that lucky girl life. Women are encouraged to sever relationships even with people who are not positive because they're draining your positive energy and, taking away from your lucky girl experience. It's actually very culty. Toxic positivity is a thing, and it's a thing that's referred to as toxic for a reason. It's very problematic. Toxic positivity is when you are encouraged to suppress any negative emotions. You hear terms like, being negative won't help you, good vibes only, you'll get over it, other people have it a lot worse, smile, crying won't help, just stay positive. And those things are really not helpful to anybody who's not currently enjoying a positive experience. And while maintaining some level of optimism and hope is super important, there's a point at which it crosses a line and becomes actually harmful. Toxic positivity is also known for disrupting connections between people. If somebody who is very positive all the time to the point of toxicity severs their connections with their friends when their friends come to them with problems, that obviously harms the relationship and severely limits the number of people that are in your tribe, in your community, who can be there to support you. A lot of these lucky girl syndrome videos, they look pretty awesome at first glance, but if you look a little deeper, are those the kind of people you want to be spending your time with? A lot of them seem very off-putting and cold towards the rest of the world. A lot of them are very focused on me, and what matters to me, and how can I have everything I want? How can I be rich? How can I have the life? And it seems very isolating and very dismissive of the challenges that people face in the real world. On top of that, you now have people who are presenting themselves as coaches. We're just trying to make money off of those unfortunate souls who are going through these tough situations already by trying to convince them that if only they had paid this coach to teach them how to do it right, they wouldn't be struggling the way that they are.
First of all, hi, I'm Nadia. I'm an alignment coach, and I teach women how to step into their it girl energy so they can manifest the life of their dreams.
I create subconscious reprogramming audios that help people remove blockages so that they can live their best lives and be the best versions of themselves.
Isn't that just kind of what capitalism does? Take something that's kind of harmless and maybe even effective and turns it into something very exploitative. At the end of the day, I think lucky girl syndrome is just a new way that the Gen Zs have figured out how to repackage manifestation. And just like manifestation, it has its merits and it has its flaws. Believe me when I say I'm all about rewiring my thoughts and having a much more positive overall experience in life through the power of thought and mindset. I definitely believe in all that stuff, and I mean, it has been scientifically proven, so that stuff has merits. And I think if there's one thing you get out of the lucky girl syndrome phenomenon or trend, is that mindset does matter. I mean, take a look at the video I did the other day about incels to really see how having a negative mindset can be detrimental to your mental health and to your own sense of happiness and to the people around you, quite frankly. I got a lot of techniques out of the manifestation practices that I've tried. There are certainly things that work and things that don't work. And even though my goals didn't just come to fruition overnight, it's not magical, but slowly but surely I have been making steps towards achieving my dreams. And I think that's how things like this should work. That's how positive thinking and affirmations are supposed to work. And it has made me a much less miserable person, believe it or not. So I'm actually really glad that, the kids are learning about positive affirmations, about manifestation. If they want to call it lucky girl syndrome, that's fine. I think it's great that this is going around and it's a fun trend. I do think that people need to approach it with a little bit more of a critical lens and not take it at face value. Like, as long as you realize that wishful thinking alone isn't going to get you anything without action. You will always have to take action towards your goals because nothing just falls out of the sky. As long as people understand that there are real, natural, or systemic obstacles that they will encounter one way or another in their life, and that has nothing to do with their own lack of belief. As long as people don't blame themselves when bad things inevitably do happen. And I think as long as people also are a little bit less materialistic, like the whole thing seems really materialistic to me, which kind of skews me out a little bit. I'm sure you noticed like a lot of these videos are selling the idea of success, and that version of success always has to do with wealth and money and living like a really over-the-top privileged lifestyle. I don't think that's a healthy way to sell success to young women. That is not the only thing that can make young women happy in life. There are other versions of success out there that are perfectly valid too. So that is another thing that I wish this trend maybe focused a little bit less on. If the whole thing becomes a little bit less shallow, a little bit less materialistic, I think that would be a positive thing too. I don't know, guys. I'm a little bit torn. Like I said, I do believe that overall this is a positive trend. I have my reservations about it, and I can see both sides of the argument. When I first watched these videos, I did get that little jolt of like, ugh. I don't know. But I've since had some time to reflect on it, and I'm wondering if maybe like that's also me just projecting my own disbelief in myself a little bit onto this, you know? Obviously, I'm not as privileged as some of these young ladies are, so maybe there's even a little bit of envy going on, and I think it's okay to acknowledge that and accept that. So in no way am I making fun of them or trying to say that what they're doing is wrong. I just think we need to approach it with a more critical lens and get out of it what we can. So yeah, I'm a little torn. I don't know. I think it's great overall. And don't get me wrong, I am totally starting every day from now on telling myself I'm lucky because it can't hurt. I would love to hear what your guys' thoughts are if you've ever, you know, tried manifestation or the lucky girl syndrome, if any of that has worked for you. What are your overall thoughts on it? Let me know in the comments below. Oh, and once again, thanks for watching. I love that you guys are here. This is kind of a different format for content for me. I really enjoy sort of analyzing things online, but I don't know if that really resonates. So please let me know if this is something you want me to do more of. I like doing the fun content where I'm just reacting to stuff, but at the same time, I also like to go a little bit deeper and like maybe talk about things from different perspectives. So let me know if that's, you know, working for you. Oh, and also I just started a new Instagram account specifically for my channel. It's called stasiatayofficial. You can be one of the first. I think I have like 10 followers, so you can be one of the first to be in the original OG tribe. Go ahead and follow me. I would really love that. And yeah, if you like this video and you want to see more, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.